Hello, everyone. This is Kevin Dellinger again. You have reached the Kevin Dellinger Music Channel. Sometimes I like to do vlogs on this channel because it's the only real account that I have. I want to talk about something important concerning ARCHAIX and the Phoenix event in 2040. I get curious about things, and I always try to look at things from every angle because I'm very open-minded and objective of what the red dust could have been falling from the sky, and that's what got me started on a little bit of research. So when you listen to this video, try to have an open mind, and I'm really just doing this video for my own research and for my own record. This does not concern historical events or any kind of content from ARCHAIX. And if you want to learn more about the Phoenix event, go to archaix.com, ARCHIX.com. Okay, now, this is Kevin Dellinger, and I am going to explain a few things. And I'm just going to be laying out some facts. It's up to you to conclude on what I'm talking about, and what I'm talking about probably or could not make any sense, and maybe some of you out there that are more knowledgeable in these type of things can maybe come up to your own conclusions. But I did research on what causes red dust, and red dust is rust. Rust is caused by oxidizing iron. And iron, when it hits oxygen and hydrogen, it creates rust. And if iron is in the atmosphere and it gets hot enough, it will turn into rust in the sky and turn the sky red. Because when there's enough iron in the atmosphere and it gets to a certain temperature, like 200 degrees Celsius, and it hits water, and also if it hits storms where it's electrified by lightning or whatever, it can cause it to rain red dust in the sky and fall to the ground. Okay? Now, what I'm saying is basically my theories on this. I'm not a scientist. This is all just basic stuff that I looked up on the internet because I get curious about things. I don't take things by face value on what somebody says or what theories they come up with. I try to do my own research and things. So the red dust can also be caused, normally iron also can be spewed up into the sky by volcanoes. Volcanoes can shoot iron in the sky. And also, I was thinking, what would look like a phoenix approaching the sky, especially from the perspective of like a caveman or someone that's not high in technology, that is not familiar with asteroids or comets, for example. Now, a comet, if it's large enough, will darken the moon because it'll block the sun from hitting the moon. Okay, that explains darkening the moon. Okay, you see where I'm getting at? Now, if you look at a comet that catches on fire and it goes in on an angle, it's going to look like wings because it's coming in at a fast rate and it's flamed. So that could explain what the Phoenix is. It's a comet. Now, many comets are made out of iron, and a lot of comets have debris behind it full of iron particles. And if enough iron hits the atmosphere and catches on fire, it's going to rain red dust, red sky. Comet looks like a phoenix. Okay? Get it? You see where I'm going with this? Now, I could be wrong. I mean, I don't know. I'm just putting this out there because I got curious. So I started looking up all these things, and this is what I come up with. Now, this is the creepy part, okay? Now, I looked up 2040 Comet, and I got a date. Now, it's not the date that Jason came up with. He came up with May 2040. But this here, I'm going to read this, okay? You ready? Here we go. NASA has identified a new asteroid threat to our planet and calculated that it could potentially impact on February 5th, 2040. The name of the comet is 2011 AG5. 2011 AG5. And you can look that up and research it. And, yeah, what do you think? I don't know. Now, if a comet is really, really huge to the point where it blocks the sunlight to the moon and it does not impact the Earth, it could still rain debris, iron debris in the sky and turn it red and still look like a phoenix if it's big enough. Now, it may not impact the Earth. It may just be like a get close enough to where debris hits the atmosphere, and if it's really, really huge and it causes earthquakes, it's going to activate volcanoes as well, which will spew iron in the atmosphere and react with the oxygen and hydrogen, which will create red dust. Now, another thing I was thinking about when I was listening to Jason's videos, he was talking about people that were frozen in time, like turned to statues. And I was thinking, what could cause that? And I really started getting images of volcanoes, volcanic eruptions hitting towns and cities and freezing people into stone, like maybe iron or something. I don't know. I don't know anything about volcanoes. And then I was thinking, what would sink structures and cause people to sink in towns and cities to sink in the ground, like he was explaining in some videos. And I was thinking, what would cause that? Well, think about it. If lava comes from the earth and it rises, it's going to melt whatever structures or foundations and cause them to sink. And then the lava will cool down, and then what you have is a structure that's halfway underground. So that would explain that. So a lot of these things could be natural occurrences. And I'm thinking comets, meteors, volcanoes. So I'm just trying to bring this material out there. It makes a good discussion. Maybe, I'm pretty sure that Jason will come up with some excuse or some reason based off of what he has read and come up with, and maybe he'll agree with me. Maybe he won't. But hell, I don't even know if I'm going to agree to this stuff. I'm just telling you what I looked up in one evening. I looked up all this stuff on the internet based off of my curiosity. So, what do you think? Hey, it's cool. It's real cool. And you know what? You know, it's interesting. To me, it's interesting. But I say that it would make sense that if a comet also hits only one part of the Earth, that would only impact 1/3 of the population. 1/3 of the population would die from it, from the impact, if it hits the Earth. That would make sense too. That would be a cataclysm. That's what would cause a cataclysm for sure. So, anyway, I hope you found that information interesting. I'm sure some of you may have already have come to the conclusions that I've come up with. But anyway, I appreciate you watching my video. Like and subscribe if you want, and favorite. And I'll talk to you some other time in another video. Thank you for watching, and have a nice evening, nice day, or nice morning, or night, wherever you are. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.